Do it.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the We Love Gymnastics podcast. Today, in another interview spectacular, we are interviewing the creator of the Planet of Gymnastics page, broadcast, entity,
What is it called?
business,
The platform.
platform. There we go. And we're going to talk to her about how she decided to create a gymnastics podcast or a gymnastics platform,
One of the most successful platforms in the world. Truly.
period.
Independently started too. That's a big thing.
Independently started, absolutely. And we're going to talk to them about that and the journeys of being a gymnastics content creator and so on and so forth.
The trials and
Maybe we have some,
tribulations, the mental health of it all.
maybe we have parallel stories. You never know. And our ongoing efforts in building a gymnastics content creator community.
Hmm?
In our ongoing efforts.
To recruit people to the dark side.
Period. Who knows? Maybe we'll have the all things gymnastics girls on here.
I mean, she looks on my profile, so I don't know.
Maybe.
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 That'd be
Maybe.
cute. Sure.
But so how's your trip? Tell the people how your trip was. The people last time the people saw or heard you, we were in the middle of talking and your dad was like, "Bitch, take me to work." And then you was like, "Bitch, I gotta take her to work. I'm going to Midland." How was your trip to Midland?
I was cute. She was scenic. I took the back roads, which I couldn't stream it because there was bad connection. But she was cute. We made it to Midland. Fantastic. And here we are. I'm currently sitting in Hillary's office. You can't really see because I turned off the background. Actually, hold on, let me see if I can do it. Ha 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 ha. Donde está? This is it. Yeah. So it's
Perfect.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was great. A joyous time was had going down the back roads. But yeah,
That's
it was
amazing.
way further than I thought it was. Honestly,
Um,
I like 2 hours in. I'm like, am I going to get there someday? Today? It was a lot.
um. So
What does it feel like? We're just like we just met.
I know, right? It's like NCAA weekend is this weekend. Is there any meets that you are absolutely looking forward to?
So you're forgetting also that we are streaming UDA Dance Nationals as well. That's going to be all day long. There's going to be no conflicts too, which is great. But this weekend we are watching, aside from UDA Nationals all day, we are going to be showing. If it'll load, okay, here we go. So we're showing Bama at Florida, of course, but also LSU at Georgia at the same time.
Oh wow! Yay! Gymnastics season is starting.
And then Oklahoma and Missouri is at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then we end with Sacramento State at Oregon State, but I don't think we're going to watch that one.
Okay.
So it's just 30 mates. Not bad. Not bad at all. And then on Saturday, it'll be Clemson and NC State, if you guys want to watch that one. Michigan State at Iowa. Michigan and Minnesota. Nebraska at UCLA is at 6 p.m. Eastern, your time. And that's it for those that day. And then on Sunday, we'll be doing Stanford at North Carolina, Cal at Pittsburgh, and Auburn at Arkansas.
Puss.
And that's it for this weekend. Now, I will say we're going to be watching NDA Nationals almost all weekend long. And we're going to be showing that stream everywhere because in this year of our Lord 2026, we are not gatekeeping talent or sports or putting behind paywalls. I'm going to get sued to oblivion.
Oh wow!
I am pretty sure. So I mean, it's fine. I don't mind. Robin Hood of gymnastics and dance and all that. Here I am.
Period, period, period. And I mean, it's not necessarily our bag over here at We Love Gymnastics, but I have been talking to Oscar, and I think on our other show, the Gymnastics Saves Lives podcast, we're going to cover the Winter Olympics.
I'm so down for
Now,
that. I'll be streaming some of that.
okay, well, we could do it here too. We could cover. Well, all I know is figure skating. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, I know. What's the shit when they scoot the shit on the broom and uh
Shuffling? Shuffleboard?
whatever
No.
it's called. I don't know none of them other sports. I barely know figure skating at this point. I barely know. I don't even know who made the damn Olympic team. I got to go back and
It's just three wonderful ladies.
Ilya Kulak. Period.
And we have to
So,
watch the Michaela Schifrin stuff too.
but it is the Winter Olympics. I know, we're focuses both all my focus on gymnastics, but I know y'all watch figure skating too, and it is the Olympics. So I would give them people a little bit of
love.
Even though I don't know what the fuck they're doing right now.
Couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you either.
You know what I really like? I like climbing.
Oh.
Especially like when like they get to the top and then like they have to like lower them down when they slip, like really slowly. It's so funny.
I think outside of figure skating, the only other Winter Olympic sport that I really like could sit there and watch. It's this one. I don't even know if they do it anymore. Where they ski down the thing, then they hit the thing and they do flips, and then it's like down the slope. It's a whole bunch of bumps and shit, and then they hit the bumps and do flips on the bumps.
The slalom. That is above my pay grade and below my level of wonder.
Period.
It was curling, not shuffleboard. Curling. The chat is yelling at us. Curling.
We have no idea. And I could get down with a hockey match for maybe about an hour, and then I'm ready to do something else.
Right.
Then I'm ready to do something else.
Half of one, and I'm done. Maybe if I go to one, like have like a beer, that's fine. I'll give you like maybe another quarter or whatever, a period they have. I really don't know how all that works. Does that make us ignorant?
No, ignorance is a lack of knowledge. See, this isn't a lack of knowledge. This is a complete and total uninterest in the subject matter. So it doesn't make us ignorant. It just makes us uninterested.
Oh, hi, Hales. Cecil and Oscar like curling. It's called curling. Which is some crazy shit. Just a dude lying down on a board and going down ice slide at 80 miles per hour. I love that. Chloe Kim.
The only reason I know about the luge events is this old movie called Cool Runnings about the Jamaican national team.
Know about Cool Runnings?
That's the only reason I know about what the luge is.
Okay, I'm excited to talk to Hannah Oliveros because, being content creators, it's a difficult journey to like set upon from the beginning. I mean, you're nervous about like, will people like the content? Will they vibe with the content? Will they like us as co-hosts? And sometimes it doesn't work out. But thankfully, in our situation, it kind of did. And I'm fascinated to see or talk to her about like the ups and downs of her mental health, or like knowing when to do certain things, like how she schedules her posts and all that. I'm really fascinated to know about that. What are you fascinated to know about?
Secrets. How does she determine which secrets to keep and which secrets that the community should know, or is it a pressing matter of people should knowing? Because I think that's something that we struggle with. It's like that, like, what secrets should be kept, what secrets should be exposed, what won't get us in trouble, what will get us in trouble.
Right.
I'm sure every content creator goes through that.
Well, because it's like we don't mean to withhold information. It's just like sometimes,
And we also just don't mean to be spilling tea and just,
getting people in trouble.
getting people in trouble and causing fires when fires aren't needed to be caused, but it's just a hard.
It's a dangerous, not dangerous. It's a slippery slope. Sometimes, right?
Yes.
I like your hair today. It's cute.
Thank
Oh,
you.
it's gonna be 2 minutes late. It's gonna be 2 minutes late.
That is perfectly fine. Um, so on some other shit, your
Why do
girl
we feel
is.
like so like depressed? What's going
I
on,
know,
Diva?
right? I know, right?
This is not
Uh,
us. We're not doing that,
maybe,
Oscar.
maybe a little, but on some other shit.
Tell your daughter to not be
But
messy.
Oscar, don't be messy. I don't know what he's saying.
I'm not gonna read that. You can read it on your own
Uh,
time.
okay. He must ask us to ask her something messy.
We're not doing that.
Okay. Um. So I want to. Yeah, I'm. Oh, yeah. On some side note, shit. I'm looking to buy a wig. So if y'all have any good wig links, I'm looking for a very full wig or a full lace braided wig. But I've been rocking my braided wigs, which I have on one right now for like the last 3 months straight. So I'm trying to give them hoes a break for a second.
Just find like a lady, just somebody who has long hair and like cut it off.
Period. Oh, 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 oh.
Can't do it. We can't do that.
Oh,
We can't do that.
I could ask I could ask the question in another messy way though, because we all go through that of reusing content, and do you ever get in trouble for somebody be like, well, I posted that first, and then you
How do
be
you
like,
navigate that?
yeah,
Yeah,
there are
I'm
ways to
excited.
ask. Yeah,
I do look good in this like navy, like kind of like dusty blue polo though. I'm gonna tell you, I'm living it. I'm loving it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Why do we feel so low energy today? What's going on, Diva? Are we both just tired?
I am tired. I
I'm
had to work my
exhausted.
night shift last night. So, and it's so fucking cold in Florida. It
Oh my
doesn't
god.
make any goddamn sense. It's supposed to snow this weekend for a second year in a fucking row. And my body is just not mentally and
It's rejecting
emotionally,
it.
it's rejecting it.
Wow. Here it's like 58. It usually snows around this time. It has not. Global
I think
warming.
our high today is supposed to be 45.
Ooh, that's not great.
I think it's
What
supposed to,
happened, Florida?
and I think it's supposed to drop. It was supposed to drop down to 20 something last night, but the cold front got pushed back to tonight. So tonight is supposed to drop down to like 25. Then tomorrow's supposed to warm up. Then Saturday, the grand cold front is supposed to come through and possibly bring snow.
What is going on in Florida?
I don't know, but it needs to stop. It needs to extinguish itself
Expeditiously.
expeditiously.
I hate that for you. So, do you have anything like any warm clothes?
Oh gosh. And then I always think about this, all of the stuff that I brought to Tallahassee when I moved from South Florida, because Tallahassee was so cold to me versus South Florida got destroyed in the tornado. And me and my husband was just
Oh,
talking about that. Like, it's like where my clothes set at in our room, the tree literally, it's just like, it's just so, it's not funny at all, but it's just so
I mean, in
like
retrospect, it's kind of funny.
none of his shit got touched. Like none of his shit was damaged. None of his shit was cool. It was just all my, like the tree literally fell directly on the dresser where all my shit was at. It fell like a hole was in the roof where all of my
Oh, there
sheets
she
and
is.
towels. Okay.
She was just going off about the tornado that hit her house. Sorry, Hannah. Hi, Hannah.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you? I'm so sorry about that.
No, you're fine. You're
It's
fine.
okay.
You're
It's
fine.
okay.
So everybody, this is the world-renowned
Oh
creator
my
of the
gosh.
platform Planet of Gymnastics. Hannah Oliveros, tell people who you are.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah Oliveros. Nice to meet you. I am the founder of Planet of Gymnastics, former Ohio State gymnast, and now I'm here.
Listen, and the research for this interview, I was so like I devoured Caroline Price's article about you, and
Thank you.
what a journey, man! What a journey.
So why
Yes.
don't you tell the people how you got from being a gymnast to a gymnastics content creator? Like, what was that journey?
Yeah. So I don't think many people know this, but freshman year, I tore my Achilles. Well, now more people know, but anyways, freshman year, I tore my Achilles. I had originally committed to Ohio State when I was 15 before all of the NCAA rules had changed. So at the time, I was going to be a sports psychologist. That was my major going into freshman year. Tore my Achilles the first week. Won Big Ten Freshman of the Week at Michigan. Got a 9.9 on beam. Next week, tore my Achilles. And I am an empath. I am a overthinker. I am everything that will make you like feel bad that you tore an Achilles. So while I was recovering, I went to my coaches and I'm like, I feel so bad that I'm taking up a scholarship right now and not doing anything. Can I please post on Instagram for you guys or do something like that? So I started running or helping to run Ohio State's women's gymnastics Instagram, and I fell in love with it. And one of my club coaches asked me, he was like, why don't you just make this your actual job? And I was like, what do you mean? I'm going to be a sports psychologist. And sure enough, I started looking into it, changed my major to communication technology. And then going into junior year, I got an internship with Ohio State Athletics, digital media.
Okay.
And from there, I started working with all 36 sports at Ohio State in digital media. I was doing hockey media days. I was working on the field for football games for 2 years, everything like that while I was still a gymnast. So going into junior season, I've now recovered, had a good sophomore year, and would come into practice on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. by myself so that I could go work a football game after that. And I just fell in love with social media. So
Wait, hold on,
um,
Hannah. Hold on, Hannah. Hold on. Because you didn't just like do no, you grew those social medias from zero, like nothing, to 100,000 followers in
yeah,
months.
yeah.
That's astronomical.
Thank
And
you.
those are all organic too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my originally that was my summer project with Ohio State Athletics. I was only supposed to be a summer intern. And my project was to create a TikTok for Ohio State Athletics. We didn't have one at the time. And at the beginning, like the intern, like, okay, go do your thing.
Yeah.
But it started going viral and we started gaining followers. And from there they extended my internship to the end of senior year. And that's how I was able to stay on with them. And I think all of that experience and seeing that I could grow something and grow it organically really helped me as I was going into medical retirement my senior year. Didn't compete my senior season, was just mentally and physically just needed to be done. And I didn't really know what was next. I had been committed to Ohio State for now 6 years. And that was my whole plan. I didn't have any plan after that. But I was like, okay, all I know that I can do is grow my resume at this point. So why not create a sports page? And the only sport I really fully understood, even though I had 2 years of football, was gymnastics at that point. So I started growing it and didn't want anyone to know that it was me at the time. I don't know why. Like, it's scary to put yourself out there. I was never like the biggest gymnast on the team. I was never just a star or anything. And also it's just scary putting yourself out there, I think. So I didn't tell anyone it was me. And I made a silly goal in my head. I was like, okay, if I hit 100,000 followers, then I'll tell people it's me. But I hit that in 2.5 months. So then I was like, oh gosh, I have to stick to my word. So I posted that it was me. And then people started to resonate with me more because they knew that it was by a gymnast for other gymnasts, and they knew that, I mean, I'm by no means perfect, but at least they felt a connection with me, and that was just really, really cool. I mean, I was just going through a very negative time. I mean, my mental health was probably at its worst it's ever been, but at least I could post on Planet and at least I could see those numbers. And from there, I ended up graduating, and then 2 months later, worked with the Cleveland Browns and Columbus Crew in the NFL and MLS. And this past summer, had my third and fourth hip surgery, so couldn't go back to any teams or anything. So I just have been doing this, created my own business, do social media management for different clients now.
Perfect. That's incredible.
So what was it like when you decided to do gymnastics content creation? Like, I know for us, it's been a little bit of a struggle. It's been a little bit of pushback. Like, the older guards haven't been so opening and so as welcoming as I thought they would have been. How has that road been for you? Have people been a lot more open for you? Have people been welcoming you? Have people helped you along the way? What has that journey been like for you?
I'd say it's been a mix of everything. I think that's just with anything. You'll have people that fully support you. You'll have people that want nothing to do with you. And that was something I was struggling with just in my own personal life. And then creating this page was, oh gosh, what are people thinking of me? And why do people hate me? All these things. But I think that once I realized people will either hate on you or love you either way, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm only one person. I can only do as much as I like to do. And whatever happens, happens. But I have no control about how people think of me. The only thing I have control over is creating something
Showing
bigger
up.
than what I ever imagined. And so I've had a ton of gymnasts start to just really enjoy that it was me, which has been so cool because I created this after I was done with gymnastics. So I didn't see the effect that it was actually having.
Mm-hmm.
But especially doing this college takeover tour now, going to all these schools and having these gymnasts like come up to me and hug me and be like, oh my gosh, you're so cool. I'm like, whoa, what is this is so weird. So I've gotten support and help from other gymnasts, and my boyfriend also works in social media. He works for an NFL agency, and he worked with other big sports pages before. So he's been very, very, very helpful in leading me, guiding me.
Can I just tell you, I love seeing your face on all the content you make now. I love it.
Thank
I'm just
you.
like, yes, this is it. It makes it so much more personable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think
And
I was just scared of doing that. I have like gymnastics clips, and I feel like people will be like, "Why is she posting her gymnastics?" So I just don't.
but Hannah, you're
I don't know.
gorgeous, Hannah.
Oh,
You
thank you. Oh
belong
my
on
gosh.
camera. You do.
Stop. Thank you.
So, how do you decide what content to actually post? Because I know, at least for us, sometimes we get pushback of like going over things that people have already talked about, or beating a
Being a dead
horse,
horse.
beating a dead horse to the ground. Like, how do you decide when to post content, or maybe the story has gotten a little bit too big, or you don't want to be the representation of maybe like reusing somebody's content or taking somebody's idea? Like, how do you go through that process?
I think I like to think of it very much from not a gymnastics angle, actually. I think that that's what, like, my background, my sports background is gymnastics, but my social media background is in other sports and in bigger sports. And so I think of things and how the NFL would post it, how ESPN would post it. I don't, if there's a story that I need covered, but maybe I change the angle a little bit, or there's things that are really big and there's no way to change the angle, then at least you're still highlighting an athlete. If you look at ESPN, NFL, they're posting the same thing sometimes because that's the story. But where I can think of changing things, I've especially tried to do that, especially with college takeovers. So I know that I was at the Clemson showcase, but how can I change up the content? So today I'm posting something about how the girls go through the touch warm up and how they're holding up signs. And I've mic'd up the girl that is yelling out the settings because people don't
I
ever
love
see
that.
settings. Thank you. So people don't see how settings are done. They don't see the time and everything that happens before that. So trying to highlight athletes first and foremost, put people that usually wouldn't have been posted on a page to now highlight them and just continue growing from there. And also, if you don't really enjoy what people are commenting, like, again, it's your own page.
Right. You
So
curate it, yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's all very helpful. I love to see what people like and don't like. I started that commentary with Kathy Johnson Clark, which has been huge. And me too. She is so sweet.
Oh my God. We're having her on a show soon, and I'm gonna cry. I'm
Oh,
gonna cry.
is the sweetest thing ever. But like, I want to hear what fans have to say. So it's all balanced. Like, you want to hear what people say because you really value them. And that's how we started this commentary, was giving back to the fans. But you can't please all of them. And that's okay. If you like what you're doing, then do it anyways.
I love that. I love that.
Thanks.
So when it comes to the NCAA gymnastics, there's been a lot of controversy about levels of difficulty, about
Michaela loves this question. She loves this question.
of course.
She's trying to tally people against me because I'm just we're differing odds. It's fine. Go ahead, Michaela. Go ahead.
But from you being a former gymnast and now being a gymnastics content creator, actually having to watch and, you know, understand the fans' entertainment of the sport,
Mhm.
where do you see the conversation of the difficulty and the two pass floor routines and everybody doing the same cookie cutter routines on uneven bars and
Yeah.
people saying that they're sick of the balance beam dismounts and so on and so forth? Do you think the complaints actually are going to equate into change, or is it just the fans being fans and just being mad like they do every year? Like, how do you gather, where do you come from on that opinion?
This is so tough because I can obviously come from it from actually competing in college. And so I think there's three viewpoints. One, the gymnast, two, the fan, and then three, realizing that the sport is growing. So there's just going to be more backlash than before just because there's never been this many eyes on the sport. From the gymnast standpoint, coming back from an Achilles tear and being able to do a gain or dismount, I know people hated it, but at least then I was able to get into lineups. So it's tough. It's tough because you're competing more meets, you're having more eyes on, and you're trying to get into a lineup. And for me, I physically was not able to go back to my round off double full dismount. And to now be able to do that, it was awesome. Did I enjoy how easy it looked? No, I pushed myself all the time. And I used to compete in a side aerial layout step out and then a front aerial, a Lucan, and things like that. But there's no pro to doing that anymore, which sucks from a fan standpoint, from a gymnastics standpoint, from everything. But from a college student who was going into class in the morning, then had practice, then had to stay late and do classes until 8 because there was nothing that fit in with my timeline, it was very beneficial. So I genuinely don't have an answer on that because it's tough. As a fan, I'm like, oh my gosh, please, I want to see 3 passes. I want to see these E passes. But then I remember how exhausted I was every week. And I'm like, hey, if they can get into a lineup and have fun, and most people didn't have a good club experience. I didn't have a very good club experience at some of my past gyms. So if people can have fun in college, like, it's for them too. It's for them. Yeah, right.
So this might be, I don't want to like put you in a pressure situation, but like, who is your gymnastics Mount Rushmore? It could be either college or elite.
Ooh. I feel like it's changed so much. I love Kaylin Chio. Let me just start with that. I love Kaylin Chio. But growing up, my first Olympics that I watched was 2008. So
Okay.
Shawn Johnson and Nastia Lukin just have to be there because that's like who I grew up with. But I don't know. This is tough.
This is your Mount Rushmore. You can put however many heads you want on the mountain.
Oh gosh.
It's fine.
I really like Anna Barbosu recently.
Yes.
I really, really, really like her. I'm trying to do something with her. I did a day in the life for the Stanford Denver meet, and she was like, "Oh, this is like my first meet, so maybe I'll do something next time." But even just like the interactions with athletes just makes it more fun now. So she has to be on there. I think those will be my 2 college and 2 elite girls.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. So I have a question. How do
Yes.
you go about like getting information, right? And then like
Mhm.
knowing what information to divulge to the community and what to hold back.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are privy to knowledge that not everybody else is. And so we have to kind of keep it locked up behind 7 locked
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah. That is the tough part, especially because I know some of the girls personally, and like I don't want to air out what they don't want to. So I try not to do anything like controversial because I'm also trying to grow the sport, and it won't always help fans if they don't know what it is anyways, like new gymnastics fans. Um so I try not to do anything too controversial, but then in terms of breaking news, if I'm not quite sure if it's true or not, then sometimes I go straight to the athlete, and they've been very receptive to that, and I message so many people every day to make sure that everything is on track. But I just want to make sure that it's true. I don't want things going out that are false. So
And it's difficult sometimes because sometimes it's like there's this weird competitiveness in when it comes to like breaking a story that it's almost like you don't want to be the first one, because if that story is wrong, then
right,
you're all wrong.
right.
But you
Yeah,
also don't want to be like the last person
one,
to talk about it, beating the dead horse. Like, why are y'all still talking about this, girl? Like,
right,
this happened 2 months ago. Like, leave it alone.
right. That's why my screen time is in a disgusting amount, and then also
Same.
and that's why I just try to put as much positivity into it, not really breaking things. Like some things I've seen, but it doesn't align with how I think and how I would feel as a gymnast to see it as well. So I just don't cover
And
things
that's what makes your
sometimes.
platform so important. Like,
Yeah.
it truly is. It's one of the most important platforms of this sport, and I want you to know that.
Thank
Like, we are
you.
so
Thank
proud of everything
you.
you do, and that's what we pushed you. Like, I wanted you to be on camera. I wanted to see
Hmm.
your face. 'Cause I knew you could do it. I knew you could do
Yeah.
it.
I wanted it too. I'm just, it's so scary.
It
I,
is.
oh my gosh, you guys are great for being able to do this. And
Let me tell
I've had
you,
to do more camera stuff this past year than I ever did when I was a gymnast. So,
this dog and pony show. Let me tell you.
yeah.
Let me tell you.
Let me
Sometimes
ask. Let me ask. Changing directions. Changing directions for a slight bit. Do you feel like it's different? Because for me, I'm going through this right now with the NCAA. Like, I can't even lie. Like this NCAA season has been a struggle for me.
it has.
I'm not that interested as I normally am. So what is
Mhm.
it like for you to cover things when you maybe not as interested as you should be, or like you're just like, you know what?
Like you feel it should be.
Yeah, like or like you're like, you know what? Yeah, it's happening. Yeah, I have to talk about it, but I don't feel like watching it this weekend. Like I'll
Yeah.
watch it on my own free time. Like I give me a second. Like I just watched 3 hours of competitions yesterday. Like
No,
I don't feel like watching this right now, but I have to. Like
imagine me after my hip surgery coming back from NFL games, and then I'm like, no, the meats are still on. Oh gosh. How do I don't know. It's tough, maybe also because I'm still in the very early stages. Planet isn't even 3 years old yet. So I think that everything has just been like happening so quickly. And I maybe just from the athlete mindset, never feel like I'm doing enough. So I always, there are more boxes to check. So when I'm not as excited to watch something, I do it. I maybe not as much because like at the end of the day too, you and I like your mental health, your physical health comes first. If you don't cover something, it's okay. And that's what I realized. Like some days I just can't do it. I just don't I'm only one person. I can only
Yeah.
do so much. So I just don't do it because I just me before them sometimes it just has to be. And
See, I'm
then
so
I just
jealous
make
of that because I get bombarded. You're like, oh, why do you stream this? And I'm like, girl, I'm trying my best.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm like 8 hours in front of my computer just streaming the meets. I'm just like,
Yeah, it's tough. But I also like this isn't my full-time job. This is just something that took off and I love it and I love giving back to people. But I have to put like my actual jobs ahead too. So
how do you like?
it's a tough
How's your time
balance.
management going? Like how do you compartmentalize all that?
Oh my gosh, I don't know how. I don't know. I try to do like the majority of my client work. I make it very scheduled. Like I need to do it at this time of the day and I need to finish it all by this. And then the whole rest of the time is figuring out planet stuff, and figuring out how to get more clients, figuring out what the next step is. But also I've been in physical therapy for the past 2 years. So then like things are like
Yeah.
based around that too. So I kind of have a schedule built out for me just because of all the appointments and things that I have. Um, but it's a lot. I definitely, even though I'm like no set hours now because I'm my own boss, it's just way more hours than no set hours.
I can only imagine. I can't wait for it to get bigger and bigger and bigger if you can actually delegate like that. I'm just so excited for the
Yes.
future of Planet of Gymnastics, truly.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I have another question. So again, this is kind of related to us. Like it to me, it feels like there's this divide in the gymnastics content creation / gymnastics media landscape of the actual journalists who then wanted to start covering gymnastics versus the gymnasts who then wanted to start covering gymnastics versus the fans who wanted to start covering gymnastics. And I feel like each lane covers gymnastics differently, but I feel like for sometimes for the fan based gymnastics content creation, we somehow our opinions don't matter as much because we weren't gymnasts versus people who were gymnasts. And I just wonder what is that like for you because I never was a gymnast. I just always loved watching gymnastics, and that's how I got my love of gymnastics through actually watching. So I try to base our platform around the fans and the fandom of gymnastics or whatever, right? I don't call myself a journalist or whatever. I'm like, we're the fans or whatever, right? But some people really get offended by that. Some people be like, y'all aren't journalists. Y'all never went to school. Why should people listen to y'all?
I did go to school for that, but it's okay. It's okay.
Whatever.
No one cares. No one cares. It's okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Just from your point of view, like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like there's space for everybody? Do you feel like there should be one lane? Do you feel like gymnastics content creation should be just for journalists and people should, bow down a little bit?
Yeah. No, I think that what you guys are doing is huge. Fans are the ones that are getting these views. The Sprouts meet, how huge it was. Those are the ones that are watching. Everyone should have a voice in what they're passionate about. And I don't think that there should be one lane because it's not just gymnasts, it's not just fans, it's not just journalists, there's everyone. So everyone comes from a different viewpoint. You come from a different viewpoint than I do, but that doesn't make my content better than yours or yours better than mine. I think that everyone can just be like symbiotic relationship because again, as I've said before, like that happens in the NFL. You'll have football fans, you'll have people tweeting things that are just fans of the sport, but their opinion matters, if not as much more than what some of the athletes have sometimes to say, or sometimes the athletes know something that the fans don't, and then their opinion matters more. But as the sport is growing, there's not one lane to go anymore. Maybe a long time ago, but there's not just one lane. And I think that that's the beauty of getting to watch something that we all love grow so much in real time is if we're trying to catch up to the bigger sports, the highest revenue sports, they're already doing all of this. We're just the very front of it.
Just question: what do you see Planet Gymnastics like becoming or doing like in the next 5 years? Say,
Yeah, it's tough. You don't
have to like divulge anything. Just,
I don't know. I truly don't know because college takeover was my next really big thing. And that's just something that I've been planning for so long. So I've had so many people ask me that, but I genuinely don't know what the next step is because I'm so in the thick of this right now. I'm going to another school next week and then another one in February. So there's a lot going on.
That what you do with the college takeovers, I find so fascinating and so amazing because the dream for I have for me at Addicts one day is like we get to travel around each country during the NCAA season, and we throw these watch parties in the city, and like people who
Aw,
don't want to go to the stadium can come to like a bar or something and come hang out with us, and we all just watch the meets together, right? And
that's so fun.
I want to do that in the future. So when I saw that you were doing this, I'm like, oh, that's very similar, and that's like inspirational. Like that you can just go around to the different cities that the major meets are, at, and then hang out with the people. I think that's really fun.
Yeah, thank you. And I think for that too, like if you want to do it, do it. don't don't let any what ifs get in your way. And then also the feel free to ask any questions. The worst someone can say is no. I reached out to so many colleges over this past year, and some were no answers, some were really excited yeses, and I was able to um, kind of figure out my plan from there.
Hannah, you are an inspiration. You are literally forging your own path, and it's so
Yeah.
wonderful to see that. And it literally, you are making someone like some little girl that's going to follow behind you, their journey
Okay.
so much easier, and
Thank
we
you.
thank you for that.
I'm
Thank you,
so glad
guys.
Adit said that because that was my next question. So going back to the actual viewing gymnastics, like going to actual a meet, right? One of the things that we get a lot of pushback, not pushback, a lot of comments from the fans or whatever who actually go to the arenas to go see it is that they feel so uncomfortable as an adult going to
Mm,
these meets because it's so it feels like being in the actual arenas is just for kids. Like it's all for the kids. It's like the adult fans are completely washed out of the sport, and it's just physically uncomfortable sometimes
mm.
going to the meet because everything is so childlike. So if I want to have a beer and scream and shit, everybody's looking at me like,
That's what I do. You've seen me
Go
do
do
it.
it.
You've seen me
Michaela, are
do it.
people doing that in NFL stadiums? Are they doing that in basketball? Go be the
but
first one to do it here.
I
but
do
it's
it.
just it. But no, but the difference is my friend was banned from coming to USA Gymnastics
Oh
meet
yeah.
for having fun and trying to be interactive with the gymnasts or whatever as an adult. They didn't want him to go and get autographs from the girls. They were like, that's for the children. Like, and it got to a point where they actually police was called, they escorted him out the arena, like, and it just can feel so uncomfortable for some adults who want to go to the meets, but the meets can feel so like they're just for the kids, like they don't want us there. Like, how do
Mhm.
you ever get that pushback, or have you ever heard that from people?
I personally haven't. I'm sorry to your friend. I feel like in that regard, I just don't have as much that I personally can say on that
Okay.
because I think the tough part is that as there are different sections of who's covering what, like I just graduated college a year and a half ago. So I was still like a college student in those stadiums. I also haven't watched a gymnastics meet as a fan since before I competed college. So
Wow.
so I yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry to your friend. I hope that somehow we can continue to grow the demographic. That's what I've been trying very hard to do is make it so that it's my content isn't catered to just little girls. Obviously, I love to make them feel inspired. But I feel like there's a good amount that is for a ton of different age groups and demographics as well.
It's just so accessible. Like it's easily understandable. Like you don't overcomplicate things, and I love that about your content, truly.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I cannot
And
wait.
I understand. I'm
Go
so
ahead.
sorry, and I understand the conflict of you want to grow the sport, and by growing up to the young girls to get them interested in the sport. But I feel like it's also you have to let the adults have fun too because the kids don't have the money to go to the like y'all complain that why nobody's in the arenas. Well,
The kids don't have the money.
correct. Like so
Just a baby.
Just a baby.
Just a baby.
so um what so far in your gymnastics journey has been your greatest accomplishment?
I think creating Planet at the beginning, not even any of my gymnastics. I definitely had a more successful club career than college. Um, but I think that one, retiring from my mental health at the beginning was very huge. I mean, it was very quickly followed by um, doctor's appointments that just found out that I would need 4 hip surgery. So it was kind of went hand in hand. So my retirement was very like mental. Like I felt very proud for being able to stand up for myself in that situation. I just couldn't. I genuinely have not been at such a low, and being able to take myself out of that and say something about it, and unknowingly I was also saving my hips. I had 2 torn labrums and then also 2 well, everything's bilateral, so everything on my right was the same as my left. So I didn't know I was competing on 2 torn labrums and dystocia.
Hannah.
Yeah, I just thought my hips hurt. And so, like, I mean, that was definitely contributing to like my mental because I
Yeah.
was just in pain and I didn't know why. Um, but I had dysplasia in both of my hips too. So, like, if
Oh my
this is your
God.
hip and this is like what's supposed to be covering it, part of
Yeah.
mine was missing. So my hips would just give out. And
Mm.
so that
Wow.
being able to stand up for myself without knowing that I was also saving my body in the long run, I was very proud of that. And then being able to then make Planet at the lowest point in my life and just take myself and pull myself out of that hole has just that's probably
So
my
proud of
proudest
you.
gymnastics moment.
Just a couple more questions. We don't want to take up too much of your time.
All good.
So, how do you? Because there's some we hear constantly how these girls do the sport their entire lives and then they graduate and it's gone, and they have an identity crisis. You
Mhm.
Yeah.
you talked about that in the Caroline Price article. Like, how did you navigate that? And like you, I mean, you're a success story from what I can see.
Thank you. I think one, it's very like I wish that you guys could see how down bad I was. Like this, you online, I think that social media is very not
Curated.
deceiving, but people get very used to just seeing me smiling
Yeah.
on camera and then posting everything. But they didn't know that I was like literally would not get out of bed for 17 hours. Like I was posting in bed, but I would not get out of bed. And things like that, I feel like that just shapes you a lot. And gymnasts still go through a lot of things that no one else will see. But I heard something that made me realize that gymnastics wasn't my identity, but it helped shape me.
Love
And
that.
from there is when I was able to grow because I was able to remove myself from I'm Hannah, an Ohio State gymnast, to I'm Hannah and this is everything about me. Like I was no longer tied to that identity, but I was able to use what had shaped me to fuel my future. Um, that was very big for me. And I hope that athletes are able to figure that out because it's getting harder with NIL and with how big the sport is growing. It's very hard to detach from.
Because you need a platform, you need like a thing, you need to brand yourself. You have to do all these things that like some people just aren't equipped to do that.
Right, right. No, I hope that they're all able to figure it out because it is a very hard transition, especially just with how big the sport is getting to.
And last question, Michaela, you can have the last question.
What is it, what is the difference for you between covering NCAA gymnastics and elite gymnastics? Is there a difference? Is there a different strategy going into covering the two? Because for us, it's completely different.
Yeah, that's the hard part because I obviously a ton of my followers came from after the 24 Olympics. 24? Yeah, we're in 2020s. In the
Mhm.
2024 Olympics. And so you have all of these more casual fans that don't understand gymnastics, but they love it. So I not dumbing down elite gymnastics, but kind of like you're trying to explain it at a very
Like
easy
macro
level.
level.
Yeah, that's almost similar to NCAA once you get to it. Um, yeah, I think that as I continue to grow, I can go into more details, but as I'm trying to help these fans become not just the Olympic fan, but like a lifelong one, I think explaining things is kind of how I'm trying to do it right now. I also just should cover elite more than I am able to, but this is my first year in 3 years not having hip surgery, so I can finally finally
Kudos to
cover
that.
more this year. Yes.
Oh, Hannah, it's been and it's so truly.
You're breaking up, Addicts. You're breaking up.
Sorry, my bad. We have really bad internet here. Do it,
There you
Michaela.
go.
We
Are we
thank you.
back? Yeah.
We thank you, Hannah, for joining us today. We open invitation whenever you want to come back, whenever you have something to talk about, whenever you have something to promote. Help us. We'll help you. Let's all help each other. Let's all bring this thing, because I know the ultimate goal for, at least for us, is LA 2028 and getting those media passes. And I wish that same thing for you, sister.
Thank you.
And
How
you
can
will
people?
get credentialed for NCAA. I promise you. You will
Thank
get
you.
it.
Thank you.
How can the people, if the people don't know, if they're blind, deaf, and stupid, how can the people find you?
You can find me at Planet of Gymnastics on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and then here I try to post sometimes, but all
Thank
the
you, Hannah.
places.
You've been
Thank you
amazing.
so much.
Do you have anything big coming up that you want to preview for the people?
I'm going to LSU next week.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Okay, girl. Okay.
Who has the best gym? Who has the best gym that you visited so far?
Guys, you have to see Clemson. I haven't finished all their. Okay, listen. This was my month. Was December 1st through 3rd. I went to Florida. Then 4th through 6th, I was at Clemson. Then on the 8th, I had surgery. So I I have had so much content that hasn't gone out yet, but oh, I cannot wait for you to see all of Clemson's stuff. For them, like if you're gonna make a new gymnastics program, I was telling the coaches like they've done exactly what it's incredible. It's almost like sickening how much went into that, and it's really cool to see.
You got the money.
Yeah.
Well, Hannah, this has been. Are we good?
You're better.
You're better.
Hannah, you've been fantastic. This has been so insightful. And let me tell you, I hope anybody who watches this gains a little bit of inspiration or insight as to like how to try this path to become a content creator for the sport. And listen, we're cheering you on, babe.
Thank
Really, we
you.
are.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. We'll talk to you later.
You guys are great too. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
That was fun. She was great.
That
I love
was
Hannah.
fun. That was great. And I do love Hannah. And I just want to say that the growth in our podcast addicts, the growth that we have had, like we're actually doing it. Like we said, we're going to be better and reach out to people and commune and be part. And we're doing it. I'm so proud of us.
Me too. It's been like so insightful and like just we've gained so much knowledge from like listening to other people and like hearing their journeys because it's been like listen, not every journey is the same.
I'm telling you. And you know,
are you hungry? I'm hungry.
I am hungry and I'm also sleepy, but people want to be in this space, gymnastics community space, I should say. You don't have to be so vile with your gymnastics content creation. You don't have to be the most evil, vengeful bitch in the world. You could be pleasant. You can say everything that you want to say and still be pleasant with it. Like, and you know, it took a bitch a long time to figure that shit out, but you know, she's learning. She's learning and she's growing. Now I'm gonna go spend some money with Amazon and buy hair.
Y'all have a great flipping Thursday. We'll see you. I'm gonna hurry back to Plainview in the wee hours in the morning so we can stream NDA Nationals. And we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, everybody. Bye, friend. Enjoy the rest of your work trip.
I will.